Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys know, I've been riding Forza Horizon 6 with the controller for the last couple of days. But I think there's still something missing. Of course you guys know I love my racing wheel, so today we'll be driving in Forza Horizon 6 with a racing wheel and no assist. We'll be doing this in an online S2 lobby and we're going straight in. Can my muscle memory from other games save me, or are we going to win it in the first lap? Let's find out. Right, here we are in S2 Street Racing. Already have a big moment here. That's the thing with no assist. You really have to watch out for your throttle. And of course, because we're driving S2, the acceleration can be mental and you really have to watch out. But we are already gaining some positions. Honestly, I was trying my best not to crash here. Missed my braking point here. Of course, we are still learning on a racing wheel on this game. I can see this Karim guy is already pretty fast, so we might have a little bit of a benchmark on him. So let's see how close we can get. Contemplating to go for the move here, but there wasn't any room. My pace is actually not too bad for the first time on a steering wheel on this game. Of course, it helps that I already have a lot of hours on Assetto Corsa on a steering wheel. And it actually feels pretty similar to Assetto Corsa. I'm really impressed with the handling. And here we go for a big move. We almost lose it. But luckily we stay on the tarmac. Really didn't have any business going for that move there. And then he puts on a see you at the finish line. Of course, that only fuels my racing. I have to give it to this guy though. He is pretty fast. I saw I was a lot faster than him in this corner, so we have a chance now. I couldn't get past him here. He had some pretty good defensive driving. He brakes a little early here, and I go on the outside. He kind of bashes into me, but I keep it on the track. Not sure if I touched him there. At this point in the race, I was used to the car. As you can see, my inputs are a lot softer. So I don't really have those big wheel spinny moments anymore. This is really the only way to handle a car on a steering wheel with no assist. You really have to be kind of flowy with your inputs, and if you're kind of abrupt with it, the car loses balance, and that's of course not ideal. But for our first race, it was a big learning curve, but luckily we're a fast learner. And we have those really nice flowy inputs. Alright, we won the race. It was very close. It's pretty hard to race this with no assist on a wheel. It feels really different than when you drive with controller. Of course, you can correct your steering a lot faster with a controller than on a wheel. On a wheel, you must do all kinds of stupid to get it straight again. But it feels good, but it takes some getting used to. And now we're heading in our second race. This one is a sprint race. It has a lot of long flowy corners, and I think this car is literally perfect for it. And there's another guy in the Lexus that we are using. It's the Forza edition one, and you can get it in the single player. And a tiny bit of wheel spin here. In my opinion, the game really comes alive when you play with no assist.
easy inputs on the grass here. The thing with the grass on this game is you really have to minimize your inputs, because I think the grass is a lot harder to drive on than in Forza Horizon 5. In Forza Horizon 5, I sometimes use the grass for minimal steering, but I can't really do that in this game. You really have to watch out for it. But as you guys can see, the corners are really fast and flowy with a lot of grip. And for this last corner, I keep it in second gear to minimize the wheel spin. And we won our second race.
I'm still a little bit scared to use the full throttle, especially when you get in the higher classes and you race a rear-wheel drive car. It gets very sketchy in the first gears on full throttle. But I'm kind of getting used to it. I have to be a little more careful with my throttle, and then I'm basically all right.
And now we are in the last race of the video. This is a quite tight and twisty circuit race. Luckily, this is the third race that I'm doing. Otherwise, I would be having a lot of wheel spin, I think. But now that I'm kind of getting used to the first gear and how much throttle I can use, I'm confident that we are going to win this one. A little moment here, but now that I've experienced it for a couple of times, I know how to handle it and don't panic. And we're already in first. I'm contemplating to get this in second gear the next time. But with minimal flowy inputs on your throttle, it will all be alright. I really think this car is kind of in a sweet spot for S2 racing. It has enough top speed, but it also has the handling and the acceleration, as you can see. So be sure to use this car in S2. This is almost all full throttle in this car. It's actually insane. And I've been using the bonnet view for my racing, because I think if you use the cockpit view with the steering wheel, you miss a lot of information, and that information is blocked by the cockpit. So to get kind of a better view of your surroundings, the bonnet view is the best view in my opinion if you're racing on a wheel. Alright, let's enjoy the last lap without any commentary.
Alright, this car feels actually really good on the steering wheel. You just have to be a little bit mindful of the first and the second gear and the wheel spin. But if you use a little bit of throttle control, it's actually really good. As you can see, I have the best lap with like almost 3 seconds to spare. And that's for a first time using a wheel online on Forza.
And that's how you conquer Forza Horizon 6 with the wheel online. Of course it helps if you already have some experience in previous games with the steering wheel, but compared to Forza Horizon 5, I think they did a great job with the handling. Of course it's not really a sim racing game, so it isn't that good, but it's still good enough to try. You can still be competitive with the racing wheel on this game. And of course, here's the tune that I used today. Be sure to try it, it's really good, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.